What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're a capital raiser, a fund manager, or a real estate investor trying to really scale your business, this might be the most important 20 minutes you spend all month. Because today, we're diving into a tiny detail that could be silently wrecking your investor pipeline, costing you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, putting you at risk for possibly SEC violations. So let's talk about it. Calendars and appointment management. I'm talking about a fully integrated automated scheduling system inside of your CRM. So I'm going to be taking a wild guess right now on how your current setup looks. You have Calendly for booking calls, Zoom or Google Meet for your actual meetings, a basic CRM, or maybe just a spreadsheet to track everything, and Zapier to duct tape everything all together. That's 4 systems, 4 opportunities for something to break. And here's what I've seen after assisting capital raisers for years now. The more tools you juggle, the more cracks you create in your process. And when a crack happens, you don't get a warning, you just miss the call. 1 broken zap equals 1 missed opportunity and 1 investor completely gone. So let me ask you something. What does that missed call actually cost you? Let's make this real. Say you're raising $1 million for a deal and you only need 10 investors at $100,000 each, but you missed that 1 call because of a failed zap or you didn't have proper reminders set out. You just lost 10% of your raise because 1 single duct taped integration didn't fire. Here's how the pros handle scheduling, okay? Imagine this. You send a calendar link directly from your CRM. The prospect books a time that works for them, and then it automatically logs that appointment to their contact record, triggering pipeline movement, sending confirmation emails and SMS reminders. It auto-generates that Zoom or meeting link, and then tags a lead for a follow-up. So no zaps, no broken APIs, no guesswork, just real clean, powerful automation. So let's talk for a minute about your systems and professionalism, building that investor trust. I tell capital raisers this all the time. If your systems are sloppy, your business is sloppy. No investors wiring $100,000 to someone who has sloppy systems. This is about trust. It's about professionalism. It's about showing up like someone worth writing a check to. You're building trust with your investor before they even jump on that call. Again, it's the little things like this that makes you stand out and show that you are a responsible person, that you have a professional business, and that you care about the investor's journey from the start. So let me walk you through this and what this looks like inside of Capitallyst Pro. All right, so let's jump into Capitallyst Pro. We're going to look at calendar settings and booking, and also build out a workflow on how to send confirmation and reminders to people that schedule calls with you. So inside of Capitallyst Pro, we got our screen here. We're going to go into calendars and then calendar settings. Before we do that though, you can see right here, this is a normal calendar, and you can select by user to see any appointments here, the calendars that you have, and any calendar groups. Okay. If you had Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, even iCalendar integrated into the system, you would see them, or everything that you have on those calendars inside of here. So you can go and you can book new appointments right on the spot. And if there's any conflicts, then you'd be able to see them here, and it would not allow you to book a call. But for this purpose, we're going to go into calendar settings, and you'll see inside of Capitallyst Pro that we have 5 default calendars inside of here and 1 group. So you can see the calendars here and then groups right here. We just have a general. Now a group could be like discovery call group or investor relations group, so that all of your calls are just segmented nice and neatly, and you can base automations off of if a calendar is in that group that it would trigger, or if a call was booked inside of a group of calendars, then it would trigger that workflow. And I'll show you here in a little bit of how we've utilized that feature there. So without getting too far into the weeds, we'll probably do another video on just setting up calendars. But we have 4 calendars that are pretty standard: personal booking, round robin, class booking, and collective booking. And you can see a description here below. So you can pause the video if you need to, which each calendar is used for. Also, we have an events calendar for in-person events, and then service booking. And again, I'm not going to go too far into this, but this is how you would create new calendars. I'm going to go into an existing calendar to show you how we have it set up. So let's go into Discovery Call, and we're going to edit the calendar. Here you can customize it, description, what that URL would look like for the path, who the team member is assigned to, and then also how that calendar is going to be. So is it going to be on a phone call, or is it going to be a Zoom, Google, in person, right? Microsoft Teams even. So you can choose which one you want. For location, you can choose the colors. You can set availabilities per day, slot intervals, buffer times, all that good stuff. You can create custom forms. So if you want to qualify or disqualify somebody before they actually jump on a call with you, you can build out forms to be able to ask them certain questions. Notifications, you can set up and integrate, like I said, Google Calendar or something like that, and it can send them the appointments so that it shows up on their calendar for better show up rates. And then any other customization as far as color and titles go. Okay. You can also do a cover image, maybe your logo, things like that. So without getting too far into the weeds with calendars and how to edit them and build them out, that was just a brief overview of what can go into that. One other thing that I did not show you was showing notifications and reminders. So let's go back into Discovery Call real quick. There's two places that you can do notifications and reminders. One is inside of the calendar settings, okay? So you can do cancellation email, reschedule email, reminders, follow-up, all that good stuff inside of the calendar. So you don't necessarily need to set up a custom automation through our workflow menu. You can do it inside of the calendar. The only thing that you cannot do is text message reminders and confirmations through the calendar itself. That would have to be set up inside of the workflows. So let's go into the workflows. So right here we have a nice little workflow. Now you'll see here inside of the trigger, this is appointment was booked in the general call group. So any booking inside of the calendar group and the status of the appointment is confirmed, that is what's going to trigger this workflow. Now we have several actions here. It's going to be customized to whatever you like, and you can build it however you like, but we have add to master list. So that's a tag, add tag to master list tag. We're going to have internal notifications, so we can notify our team when somebody books an appointment. We're going to send them an email, appointment confirmation. It's going to have the appointment time zone. It's going to have the location. So whether that's Zoom or a phone call, appointment meeting location. And they can also add it to their Google Calendar or Outlook if it hadn't done it already. Okay, it's going to wait 24 hours, so you can do wait steps. It's going to send another email reminder 24 hours. There we go. All right. And it's going to also notify our team. And then it's going to wait another hour or 1 hour before the appointment, send them another email, text message reminder. This is pretty basic and standard. I probably wouldn't do any more reminders than this. Like I said in the video, 24 hours before and 1 hour before. And it's really nice to include the actual Zoom link or Google Meet link inside of the text message, just in case they're traveling or need to access it through their phone. Then they don't have to log into their email and get it that way. It's just a little bit more convenient to do it through there. And then, of course, notify our team again.
Okay, so very basic, but very cool. One thing that you can also do is you could do a condition. So we'll do if else condition, and we're going to say, we're going to set it up. So if did they come to the appointment or did they not come to the appointment? Okay, so you can set up a condition there. We'd probably want to wait till after the appointment. So we would do a wait step, and we will wait event appointment time, and after, let's wait 1 hour after. Okay, and then we could do our condition, our if else statement here, and we would do appointment was confirmed, or appointment was status was shown up or not shown up, and then you can tailor your follow-up based on that. Okay, so I'm going to delete this so it doesn't save it. Okay, so that gives you a good idea of how simple it is to build out a workflow confirmation reminder for call scheduling. And what's really cool is if we go into, if we go into conversations or even contacts, let's go into contacts. It may not show up here, but I'm going to choose me. This is the contact card. If you had any appointments or at the time or past appointments, or future appointments, you would see it here inside of the appointments tab. When you are on the call, you can take notes, you can assign tasks to yourself or somebody else on the team, and you can also see any activity that the lead has visited your website, landing pages, filled out any forms, so on and so forth. You can see it all inside of here. That is the beauty of having it inside of a CRM. The other thing you can do is you can make phone calls. Okay, we don't have a phone number attached here at the time, but you can make phone calls to this lead real time, and it will actually track the phone call that you made it there. Again, going to the point that you want as much detailed proof that you've had phone calls, interactions, and you have a pre-existing relationship.
All right, so now that we have that down, let's talk about SEC. They require a pre-existing relationship before you pitch a deal. So how do you prove that? It's your CRM. That's your digital trail. Timestamps the call, emails, SMS logs, notes for conversations, pipeline movements. If you ever get audited, that's your lifeline. Your CRM isn't just convenience, it's actually a legal shield for you. Now look, if you're not quite ready for an all-in-one CRM like Capitallyst Pro, I totally get that. But if you're still using a patchwork system, here are 5 non-negotiables to protect yourself and keep things tight, okay? Number 1, sync all your appointments into some sort of CRM. Use Zapier to push the name, email, phone, maybe the time that the appointment is. If it's not in a CRM, it doesn't happen, okay? Number 2, attach appointment details to the contact record. Tag them, add notes, set reminders. Bonus tip, if you have a video conferencing recorder like Fathom, there are lots of other ones out there. Let me tell you, it's worth it. You can focus on the call and not have to worry about taking notes, remembering what was said on that call, okay? Number 3, set up email and SMS reminders at least 24 hours before that call and then 1 hour before. People are busy. Don't assume that they'll remember. Number 4, use unique links for different calls and funnels. Discovery call, webinar follow-ups, deal reviews. Segment your links and segment your messaging. Number 5, tag pre-existing relationships. Label the contact when the first appointment happens. Relationship started on this date. This gives the SEC compliance paper trail you need. Bottom line, your calendar isn't just a scheduling tool, it's your first impression. It's your compliance record, it's your investor journey. The more seamless this feels, the more trust you build and the more deals you close. If you're using Capitallyst Pro, amazing. This is already baked in. If you're not and you want to see what this can do to help you in your business, check the link in the description. Let me leave you with this. Professionalism isn't built in big moments, it's built in boring ones. That $100,000 check you're chasing, it starts with a flawless experience. So get your systems right, build trust, raise capital, and do it with confidence. Smash that subscribe button and go binge the rest of our channel if you want more tactical capital raising systems like this one. We'll catch you on the next one.